just being like, first of all, I think hearing people being like, oh, you're really going to fall apart now. Like now that you've been injured, you're going to be a mess. You're going to gain like 100 pounds. Like people would say that.
Who said that to you, Bert?
Actually, his wife.
His wife said that to you?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But she was just like in the moment saying it. But no, she wasn't.
You're going to gain 100 pounds.
She was like, you're going to get real fat, Tommy.
You're going to be fatter than my husband.
Yeah.
And we're going to make fun of you.
I was like, that's impossible. So, but it wasn't even just that, you know. It was like other people too. Other people were like, oh yeah. I mean, I would see it. Like when I open up Twitter or something, they're like, this dude's about to be a fucking whale. Like, you know, like,
wow.
Yeah, because they saw you like, well, you're laying in a bed.
Right.
You know. So I think that kind of started it. And then what happened was my PT was, you know, we were doing all the rehab stuff. And she was the one who was like, are people telling you you're going to like get like way out of shape? She goes, yeah. She goes, you know, it's going to be the opposite, right? And I was like, what? She goes, you're going to be in like the best shape of your life. And I was like, why? She's like, because you're going to be so focused on rehab and you're going to feel better doing it. And you're just going to want to get, like, she was the one who, Dr. Karen Joubert.
So we have to break Bert's arm.
We have to break multiple limbs. We got to fucking, we should hit him with a bus.
You know, do you remember the moment of reflection after this last Sober October? We were all out there. We were all going to go do a show. And I said, come do the show with us. Yeah. And Bert was like, I can't go out. If I go out, I'm going to drink. And I don't want to drink. I'm really going to get my shit together now. Do you remember that?
No, I don't actually. Yeah. Where were we?
You might not have been there. You might not have been while he was saying it. We were right out in front.
Oh, because I left a few minutes before, remember?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I was like, I got to go put the kids down.
Yeah, I was trying to get him to come to the show with us. And he didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
He likes the party.
Hey, the party's great. But I think he partied during October when we had Sober October. And I still think he had a great fucking time. I saw his shows. Looks like he was killing it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it doesn't make it more of a party to get fucked up every night. It's just unsustainable. That's what I worry about. You know, and when we first did the Sober October thing, that was part of the discussion. We were all like, hey, Bert drinks too much.
Yeah.
Like, let's and I smoke too much weed. Let's try to work this out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turns out smoking too much weed is like way better for you.
I think it is. He's on a bender right now too. On this tour he's on.
I'm sure.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, he looks like a moon pie. A moon pie with a beard.
He's so swollen.
He's so swollen.
Oh shit! This reminds me of that Joey Diaz line where I go, "You seen Bert?" He goes, "Oh, he's so fat. I thought he was a Chinese guy. His eyes swollen."
He's having a good time though.
He is having.
I'm very happy for him too. I'm happy for the movie and these
and
arenas.
That festival is a huge success.
Yeah. Watching him, do these shows in these arenas and seeing these crowds, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
It's pretty wild, dude. It is pretty wild.
And you go back to him taking that chance and leaving the Travel Channel.
Yeah, it was a big risk on his part actually, because that's the equivalent of, because we all knew comics like this, and it's just the reality of what it is when you start working as a comedian, and you have like your circle of friends. There's a number of them who, like, as you start to do road gigs, and these are low paying. You're not a ticket seller. You're just doing these gigs, and you're like, are you gonna do some of these gigs? And they're like, nah, like I have this job, and the job provides the the consistency and the comfort. Mm-hmm. It's reliable. They're like, oh, I get my paycheck.
Yeah.
And then what happens is you doing these low, like they're making more money than you, right? Because you're doing like the bullshit comic. But then like your comedy starts to get better because you're doing stand-up all the time. And then you get more opportunities. And then they go like, hey, I want to do that. But like 5 years have gone by.
Right.
And you're like, yeah, but you've been in this day job.
Yes.
Right? And then all of a sudden, you're getting opportunities to do TV specials or like comics.
They want you to just grab their hand.
Yeah, yeah. And then they
take
go,
them with you on the road.
What happened? You're like, well, you didn't take the leap.
Yeah.
And Bert kind of had that comfort of that TV show.
Yeah.
It's a good check. It's not a bullshit check. It's a good
right.
It's a good
it's
living.
On TV. Yeah.
But when he decided, no, I got to go make a full leap. That's a leap,
Yeah.
That's a leap, and then it paid off obviously tremendously.
Yeah, you know the story. I called him up when he was on a
Yeah.
motorcycle in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you got to quit that job.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I was right. I was like, you can't just. First of all, it's just not healthy for you or your family for you to be gone 3-4 months at a time.
No.
It's crazy, and I know you're working, and you got to do what you got to do, but it can't. That's not good for you.
No.
It's just, and also you're not reaching your potential as a stand-up. You're a hilarious guy.
Yeah.
You're great on podcasts.
Totally.
Like that's where you should be focusing your energy. But back when he first got on that show, podcasts were bullshit. Like when he first told the machine story on my podcast, who the fuck is watching it? No one's watching it.
No, yeah.
Podcasts were bullshit. So it was like me saying, go do a podcast. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I have kids. Like,
I
what are
know.
you talking about? This isn't a job. I can't quit a TV job.
Yeah, it sounds insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think because I started to do bigger shows and selling out clubs back then too. And he was like, how is this happening? I was like, I'm doing stand-up all the time. I do this podcast every week. I just got a special out, and all of it combined together. And I was like, you can do this too. And he was like, oh, I don't know. and then he was like, and then I remember him telling, he's like, I did it. I quit. I'm not doing the Travel Channel.
Amazing.
I'm going to go all in.
Well, it worked out, luckily.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I could go the other way too.
Yeah.